Hi, this is my book, What a Real Man Is. This chapter I'll be discussing is A Real Man Works Hard. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button. A real man works hard. He works especially hard to provide for his family. I grew up in the old school days, and I appreciate to be the breadwinner in the family. I want to be the one making the most money because I was a man, and I grew up that way. But when we look at society today, there are a lot of women working, and some of them are making more money than men. So it is more commonplace to see women dating men with less money. Women are getting education, better education than men out there today. Because of this increase in economic power of women, there's a decrease in economic power of men, especially men who are minorities. For if women didn't have jobs, then the men would have filled those jobs, and once again, men would be responsible for bringing home the bacon like they did in the olden days, and leaving women to be responsible for cooking that bacon up. I love me some bacon. I'm not saying that women should not have jobs, but just showing how it throughout time how it impacts available jobs for men, and replacing men as the breadwinner of the family, which in the older times they were the breadwinner. This all along responsibility of men has now been shifted to become a responsibility of a lot of women. This shift causes men who cannot find jobs or who have inferior jobs to women for many reasons to feel inadequate as a mate when when a man dates a more successful woman. Frankly, I think that no real man should ever feel less adequate to be with a woman just because she makes more than him. But I do understand how it can be embarrassing if a woman decides to bring up how she makes more money just to try to belittle him. Women may also get embarrassed around other well-to-do people when she brings her mate around them if her mate does not have a good paying job. You know, she may be a doctor and he may be a garbage man, for example, and maybe she's a little embarrassed to bring him around and tell her friends what he does. But don't judge a man by how much money he makes versus another man or another woman. I think the real judge is how well he is using the talents that God gave him. If he is a garbage man, he is being the best garbage man he can be. Is he doing that? Is he dedicated and dependable in the work that he's doing? Is he giving the work the effort and time that is needed to do a good job? Is he doing an honest day's work? Whether it is mental work or physical work, is he a slacker or a hard-working man? Women sometimes get these high-paying jobs, but forget about the hard-working man making an honest living, and they target only men that have the more successful jobs that they feel they may be on their level, all the time skipping over the diamond in the rough just because he has a lower paying job. Um, my father worked 40 years for the same company and got to work almost an hour before he had to start working. He's one of the hardest workers I know. I think a lot of this hard work is because he grew up on a farm, and that was some hard work. So it probably made other jobs look easy. My mom also worked hard, plus cleaned and cooked for us every day. Um, we didn't have much money growing up, but my father did the majority of providing us with the food, clothing, shelter, and proper medical coverage until I could take care of myself. Now, though it is in a man's nature to provide, because he has been providing since the beginning of time, sometimes a man can't provide. There are reasons that a woman sometimes end up taking care of a man as well. The man who she fell in love with might used to have a job, work, but now is sick or disabled. Her loved one might have lost a job and is in between jobs and currently looking for another job. Now, there are healthy men going around living with women and not having a bucket to pee in or a window to throw it out of, is what they used to say. Men do use women for their money, and because a woman is getting some attention from this user, she doesn't mind spending money on him, giving him money and taking care of him. There's nothing wrong with helping someone down on their luck. But if you are doing all the giving and he is not giving back anything in return, you don't have a real man. You have a user. Now, if your man is working at a fast food place every day and only making $300 a week, and you are a doctor making $3,000 per week, he may not be contributing as much as you, but if he is doing his best with what he has to offer, he is being a real man. You just happen to make more money than he do. Now, although I would not feel good about being a stay-home dad myself, there are some cases where a man is just not able to make that much money at all because he may not have the education or skills needed to get a good paying job, and the only jobs around are paying little to nothing or part-time. With this situation, if a woman has a good paying job, then unfortunately that man may have to stay at home and be a stay-at-home dad and take care of the kids because the babysitting expenses may be more than the pay that he can get from a job. Then when kids go to school full-time, he can go find a job to help contribute more. The key is to be a hard worker and make a contribution in some form, shape, or fashion that is based on his abilities. A hardworking man may not have the most successful job, may not have the highest education, may not have the most prestige, but you can count on him. And sometimes the slow, steady money is what wins the race. I guess my point is, it is not fair to judge a man by the money he makes, but it is fair to judge on how hard he works, because a real man works hard.